The BMW UFO. So last I left off, I added some camouflage top and bottom. Hopefully I can pick it up here and not break any landing gear. Did the bottom as well. Just a random pattern with the airbrush and just doing it basically free-handed. After that dried, I went back in with Vallejo's little black wash here and stuck it in Mr. O airbrush and did some shading. It's basically transparent, and I may have to use that for more shading because I like the way it works. I just basically did kind of like a circular motion around crevices, did the fan blades all the way around, did on the bottom as well. Almost done with that. I do have to, I did paint the tires this morning. I got to, paint the exhaust. You can tell I just started to do it. You need to get that a little bit darker and paint some of the wheel wells and a few other little things, and then add some decals to it, and we'll be ready to go on that. I did take off one of the masks. You can see where the smoked glass is, so you can't see the cockpit anyway, but that makes it very believable that way. So I got to pull the rest off all that and then spray a future on there to put some decals on. I think there's 2 or 3 Balkan crosses and maybe a number, and that is it on that. So we'll try to finish that up this upcoming weekend, especially maybe hopefully tomorrow. The demolition Sheman. So what I've done so far on it is since I was weathering the UFO, I weathered the tank just with the airbrushes, did some post shading, got the just a little bit here and there, the vents, and just kind of give a little bit of a streaking, a little weathered look. And then I took some, I've had these for years, so I decided, well, I'm going to use them, the weathering sets from Vallejo. Well, they got a dark camo brown, and I use that for the track, just a good base coat, and then I'll go in and do some little dry brushing and get the tracks a little weathered, and then I got to go back in and paint the rubber on the wheels itself, and we'll be ready to basically just do a couple little more washes, just a little pin wash here and there, paint some of the guns like the 50 cal on top, and basically shoot it with future, and we'll put some decals on that. So that is where I stand on the demolition Sheman. The V1 tank here, I got it all assembled. I actually just got all the photo etch on, which don't necessarily have to put all of it on. I did get the vents on, and I went ahead and sprayed the whole tank with Vallejo surface primer, dark yellow. I gotta let this dry. I'm gonna try to paint it. I want to try to paint it today, but it'll probably be tomorrow, because one thing about the polyurethane here stuff, it just needs to basically dry one good solid day. But anyway, I got that on, and we're gonna paint it. Let's see here. Basically this color. It's basically a splinter pattern if you really look at it. And so it's going to basically have a dark yellow base coat. We'll do some green splinter pattern, and then I may do a darker green, or I may do the a camo black, or I may do the camo red, which I'm probably leaning toward. But anyway, we'll figure it out. Anyway, that's basically what we're going to do with that. And then the V1 is going to be Panzer Gray, but I got to go buy some paint. I am out of Panzer Gray. I tried to cheat and try to find it, and then I actually don't really have it, so I got to go get some. So we'll be painting that. Hopefully, if I can find it today, we'll have that painted today or tomorrow. But one thing I got to point out, the V1 here, you notice it's loose. Well, I did that for painting reasons, because once I paint it, I'm going to have to actually glue it on, and it's going to be permanent. You won't be able to take it on and off. There ain't really no way to put it on where you can take it off, because even if you did magnets, it might work. And I might do that. Where is Mr. Old Man? I might do that. I got small ones. That is a thought. I may go ahead and do that. We'll just see how it works. So I'll put one on there, see how it works, and then we will. I better leave that out so I remember to do that. That way we won't have to glue it. So we'll try that. See if that is an option. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We are starting to paint the V1. Hopefully get the camo on it. We are doing just a little bit of weathering and post shading on the demolition Sheman, and we are adding camo and shading the BMW UFO. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.